Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Thanks for joining us today. No matter who you are or where you've been, God has a better story waiting for you, so we're glad you're here. We invite you to engage in worship, and after the sermon there will be a time to respond. If you've accepted Jesus as your Savior, you're welcome to take communion at any of the stations around the sanctuary. If you'd like someone to pray with you, there are people near the crosses who would love to do so. If you'd like us to be praying for you throughout the week, simply put your prayer request on the cross. You can also light a candle as a dedication to pray for someone else. We invite you to partner with us financially. You can visit fairfax.cc/give to find the way that works best for you. Or if you'd like to make giving a part of your worship experience today, you can use the boxes located in the back of the sanctuary. We value new friendships, so if this is your first time here, we'd love to meet you after the service. Please stop by Next Steps out in the lobby and share your story with us.
Welcome to week 4 of At the Movies. Have you enjoyed this series? Has this been, this has been awesome. So for those of you that maybe are here for the first time and kind of wondering maybe what's going on, is that in the month of June, we use movies to kind of get at really important gospel themes. And so we changed the liturgy of the service just during the month of June, and we do it a little bit different. We show a movie. We can't show the whole movie, obviously, and so we show a curated version of that, a condensed version of that, 45 minutes. And then I come back out, and we deal with some biblical applications that arise that are touched on in that movie, and then we worship together. And it's an awesome time. It's a lot of fun. We get to bring popcorn into the sanctuary and invite our friends to something that's a little bit unique and really dive deep, I think, into some really, really important biblical and gospel themes. And as I've mentioned every week, this year has been kind of especially fun because I gave the congregation, I gave you my top 24 all-time favorite classic movies and had you vote on the ones that you wanted to deal with this June, and you chose the top 4, which I love. The first week we looked at Forrest Gump. The second week was Good Will Hunting. The third week was The Princess Bride. And then this week we're closing it out with really, for me, I think my favorite movie of all of these, and that's The Shawshank Redemption. How many of you have seen Shawshank Redemption? All right. How many of you have seen it on the History Channel? Okay, so yeah, I know all these movies have been out there a long time. That's why they're classics. And so we're going to watch it. I want to give just a word of just to let you know that there's a couple of places, one near the front of the movie and one at the end of the movie, where there's a couple of words that are used that we don't typically use in church here. And I just want you to be forewarned. If you have kids in here, it's not bad, but it's a prison movie, okay? It's a prison movie. And so I think that you probably come expecting that there might be a little of that. We tried to get most of that out, but there's a couple places where I think it's kind of central to the theme and what we're going to be talking about. So enjoy The Shawshank Redemption.
If I didn't care, would I feel this way? If this isn't love, then why do I thrill? And what makes my head go round and round while my heart stands still? If I didn't care, would it be the same? Would my every prayer begin and end with just your name? And would I be sure that this is love beyond compare? Would all this be true if I didn't care for you?
If I didn't care, honey child, more than words can say. If I didn't care, would I...
Mr. Dufresne, describe the confrontation you had with your wife the night that she was murdered.
It was very bitter. She said she was glad I knew, that she hated all the sneaking around. And she said she wanted a divorce in Reno.
What was your response?
I told her I would not grant one.
I'll see you in hell before I see you in Reno. Those were the words you used, Mr. Dufresne, according to the testimony of your neighbors.
If they say so. I really don't remember. I was upset.
What happened after you argued with your wife?
She packed a bag. She packed a bag to go and stay with Mr. Quentin.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard all the evidence. You know all the facts. We have the accused at the scene of the crime. We have footprints, tire tracks. We have bullets strewn on the ground which bear his fingerprints. A broken bourbon bottle, likewise with fingerprints. And most of all, we have a beautiful young woman and her lover lying dead in each other's arms. They had sinned. But was their crime so great as to merit a death sentence?
You strike me as a particularly icy and remorseless man, Mr. Dufresne. It chills my blood just to look at you. By the power vested in me by the state of Maine, I hereby order you to serve 2 life sentences back to back. 1 for each of your victims. So be it.
Sit.
We see by your file you've served 20 years of a life sentence.
Yes, sir.
You feel you've been rehabilitated?
Oh, yes, sir. Absolutely, sir. I mean, I learned my lesson. I can honestly say that I'm a changed man. And I'm no longer a danger to society. That's God's honest truth.
Turn to the right! Ice front!
This is Mr. Hadley. He's captain of the guards. I'm Mr. Norton, the warden. You are convicted felons. That's why they've sent you to me. Rule number 1, no blasphemy. I'll not have the Lord's name taken in vain in my prison. The other rules, you'll figure out as you go along. Any questions?
When do we eat?
You eat when we say you eat. On your feet.
I believe in 2 things: discipline and the Bible. Here you'll receive both. Put your trust in the Lord. Your ass belongs to me. Welcome to Shawshank.
Officers Russell and Burwell, fourth duty officer. Russell and Burwell.
I'm Andy Dufresne.
Wife-killing banker. Why'd you do it?
I didn't, since you ask.
You gonna fit right in. Everybody in here is innocent. Did you know that? Hayward, what you in here for?
Didn't do it.
Rumor has it you're a real cold fish.
What do you think?
I'll tell you the truth. I hadn't made up my mind.
I understand you're a man that knows how to get things.
I'm known to locate certain things from time to time.
I wonder if you might get me a rock hammer.
A what?
A rock hammer.
What is it and why?
What do you care?
Well, if it was a toothbrush, I wouldn't ask questions. I'd just quote a price. But then a toothbrush is a non-lethal object, isn't it?
Fair enough. Rock hammer's about 6 or 7 inches long. Looks like a miniature pickaxe.
Pickaxe?
For rocks.
Rocks. Quartz.
Quartz. Some mica. Shale. Limestone.
So?
So I'm a rock hound. At least I was in my old life. I'd like to be again on a limited basis.
Or maybe you'd like to sink your toe into somebody's skull.
No, sir. No, I have no enemies here.
No?